Hi folks, John with the Wingman115 Channel checking in. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to make a canned wax cardboard fire starter. I'm going to take you over to the tabletop. We're going to go through the materials and then I'll take you through the process on how to complete this task. It's a great item to put in your kit if you're doing a bug out bag or an urban survival kit, even in your truck. You never know when something's going to happen and you may be required to make a fire. This may help you do that. So come along, join me on the tabletop. First off, before we start, let's go through the materials list of what you're going to need to complete this task. You're going to need a pair of gloves because you don't want to get burned either by hot wax or a hot pot or scalding water. You're going to need a pair of pliers because I'm using a Bush's bean can as my melting pot for the wax, and I'm using a number 10 tin can as my double boiler, and I have water in there. Using a camp stove, I'm doing it out in the garage, that way I don't make a mess inside the house. Now, for the cans that I'm using just a deviled ham can for this one. I've already pre-set up a tuna can and another deviled ham can. You can use any can. Cat food cans work great. Tuna cans work outstanding. And wax, canning wax, and cardboard from the local grocery store. So after the materials have all been gathered, I have my cardboard, and basically what I'm doing is I'm cutting it close to the width of what the can is. It isn't an exact science. Some people like to have them raised above, some people a little bit recessed, so you can put a lid on the can. I find that it doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is that you just roll it up. It doesn't have to be super tight because you want the wax to get down inside and be able to absorb inside all this cardboard. So I'm just going to wind it up, and then I'm going to use my next layer coming around. And I used to use these as a kid growing up in northern Maine when I was in Scouts, because if anybody is grown up in a really wet environment, it was just really tough sometimes to get a fire going. So before all the fancy wet fires and all that, this is what we had to use. It still works great today, primitive. So I put it in, I kind of fan it out a little bit, take a little bit of that preload off the cardboard, and then I'm good to go. The next step is that I want to prep some of this canning wax. You can get this in any grocery store. You can buy it at Walmart. This one's all stuck together, it looks like. So let me get it out of the box. And then break off a piece, and then use my knife just to shave it. And then we're going to put the shavings in the can. Don't want to cut myself here, so you want to be careful. And there's a disclaimer with doing all this. You do it at your own risk because you're dealing with boiling water and hot wax. There's just so many things that can go wrong. I don't want to hear people coming back and say, John, I got hurt. You know, you do some of these at your own risk, but that's with life. There's risk in everything that we do. Let me see if I can break off another slab. Boy, that got hot and it just all stuck together. So we're just cutting pieces so it just melts a little bit easier. I want to have enough, that way when I do all those cans I'm not running short and have to melt more. And then we'll get the camp stove going here in a minute. We'll get that water on the boil. And then we'll get to pouring some hot wax. Okay, we're going to try that for now. Let me cut away, I'll get the stove going, and then we'll drop that in and get this wax melting. All right, I'm going to fire up my stove, get it going. Get this water going. And as soon as the water's boiling, we'll drop the can with the wax in there so we can double boil it. So here's just a quick shot of the double boiler with the wax boiling in that tin can. I'll cut away, and as soon as we get 100% melt, we'll start pouring. I have the wax now where it's 100% melted. Let me shut the stove off for safety here. Use my pliers, take my melting pot out, and then what I'll do is I'll move this stove out of the way so we can have a clearer view. Okay, this is hot wax, so you need to be really careful. That's why I'm wearing gloves. So I'm using just a cookie sheet. You could put a piece of tin foil down, use whatever. And I'm just at this point going to pour the hot wax in all these containers. So I'm going to move this out of the way for right now just for safety. Set this one here. And you can see how it drips a little bit. Let it soak. Spin it around a little bit. There we go. That cardboard's starting to get all saturated right now. I'll let that soak for just a second. Now I'll do the and these will do a very long burn time. That can's full. That can's full. The rest of this cardboard just saturated with this. Down in every little nook and cranny. There we go. And basically what's going to happen is these cardboard is going to work as a wick. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this set for a little while and cool down, and then I'll come back and show you the final product. Folks, here's the final reveal of the canned wax cardboard fire starter. As you can see, this would make a great addition to your bug out kit, your urban survival kit, even home preparedness. The uses for this is just unlimited what you could do with it. Just wax, cardboard, and a tin can. Old school still rules, folks. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Folks, if you like the content, please subscribe, like, and share. And for the latest channel updates, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Google+, and Twitter. Folks, thanks for checking in. Until the next video, take care. We'll see you.